talking about the Young Hollywood pillow.
I didn't make it. I didn't make the Young Hollywood pillow,
But
unfortunately.
this, in our defense, was made prior to your last visit at Young Hollywood. But Cameron's on there twice.
Cameron Diaz is on here twice.
Okay, so he's decided he wants prime real estate for the
Yes.
next pillow.
In between Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Those are the
Preferably,
two.
yes.
So should I call you Blue Ivy from now on?
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. Yes, of course. Or Blue Ivy can be maybe beside one of us as well.
Blue Ivy
Yeah.
could.
It
Blue Ivy can be in the
family
shot.
and me in the middle.
Can we talk about families and young babies?
Yes.
The royal baby.
Yes.
Now here's the ironic thing. The last time you were here,
Did I talk all about the royal baby?
Well, the royal baby had just been, the pregnancy had just been announced.
Oh, and I was super excited.
And you were super
Yeah.
excited. And now you come back again right after the birth.
Yes.
You're coming in for these major milestones.
Right. Well, I mean, it seems proper and fit
Doesn't
for me
it?
to, yeah.
So your book. So congratulations
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
oh, yeah.
sequel. Yeah, we're here for talk.
Oh, yeah.
We could talk about the royals all day long.
We could,
but
I could.
We're actually here to talk about your book. So this is the sequel to the Wishing Spell.
Yes, it is. Yes.
What I loved is I saw on your Twitter, you said the critics have spoken, and it was all pictures that kids had drawn.
Yes, yeah.
Now, were they sent to you? Were those like fan letters, or what
Those
were
were actually, that was my second or third stack that a teacher has given me because the teacher has been using my books to teach stuff in their class.
And I know you've talked about some of these kids aren't even old enough to know about Glee, and
Yeah,
they know
yeah.
you from a totally different angle
Yeah,
as an author.
yeah, it's amazing. I think like the first book signing I did was for The Wishing Spell, and that was the first one, The Land Stories, and it was my first book that I had ever written, and of course everyone that came to the signings was knew me because of Glee. But
Yeah.
I would say 80% of people that are coming to the signings now are people that really love the books, like they're little kids, they're too young to be watching Glee.
So in any fairy tale, there's got to be wishes. If I could grant you 3 wishes, what would it be?
Oh gosh,
Choose something, one really extravagant and one really like, I want some fried chicken or something.
Can I get an invitation to Buckingham Palace?
Absolutely.
Since we're talking about it,
Yes.
successful book series.
Yes, because I have a feeling there could be another one after this.
I think you're right. I'm gonna say world peace. Why not?
When you started on Glee, could that guy, like that guy that did the first audition, could he have done this, or has it been since what you've learned and everything?
He was hoping for
Really?
for something to give him a chance to do this. Yeah, absolutely. I've wanted to do this since I was a kid. I loved. Even though I said it was hard to learn how to read and write and all that, I loved reading books. I loved children's books, and they were my life. Like some of my happiest childhood memories are waiting in line at the Harry Potter midnight release parties at like Barnes and Noble. Like that was just the best. So I've always wanted to be a part of that world and contribute to that world in some way.
Well, you do, because you express them. Like,
Right.
they have a very different world going on here than traditionally.
Yeah, like Mother Goose, I always got a kick out of because I would read the nursery rhymes and I'd laugh because there's a picture of this woman dressed as a pilgrim on the back of a goose. So I think to myself, clearly she's on something. And so I always loved.
At what age were you thinking that?
Probably like 5 or 6.
Okay,
I was like,
okay.
clearly she's wasted. And so Mother Goose is always wasted in this book.
I also saw on your Twitter, Oprah. You got an Oprah hug recently.
Got an Oprah hug.
Now I know you had met her before, and I know she was one of your sort of idols or one of those
She was
people.
my first word.
What?
Yes. Oprah was my first word. Isn't that crazy? And my mom waited until, get this, my mom waited until after I was on her show to tell me that. Apparently I was in the grocery cart. I was like, I don't know, a few months old or so, and I was in the grocery cart, and I kept going, Oprah. And my mom was like, what is your problem? And she looked over, and Oprah was on all the magazine covers on the store. And she's like, and that's when I decided I was watching too much TV.
No way. So you were more literate than you thought as a child.
I guess
you
so.
were reading Oprah from all the trashy things.
I was, yeah.
So what does an Oprah hug feel like?
Magic.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
It should be written into the.
It should.
It's like fairy tale dust.
Land Stories 3, Oprah's hug.
So what is? I mean, when you have that encounter, I mean, obviously you know her now. So when you see each other, you're like friends or whatever.
Yeah.
What is? Give me.
Sure.
We'll put it out there.
Yeah, I like that.
So what is she like behind the scenes? I mean, what is she?
Fun. I only saw her for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Where
was it?
It was at Good Morning America. She had a segment right before mine, so we just
right.
kind of crossed paths. And when I say cross paths, I mean I put myself directly in her path. So I think she just knew me. She, oh hi, and then that was all it was. But my friend caught an Instagram, they caught a picture of it, and so I had it spend like a good hour debating whether or not I was going to Instagram it. Like I was like, am I gonna be that person who Instagrams a photo of me and Oprah? And I was.
And what about because I know Leah Ted's talked about, she told a story about how when she auditioned, and I know everybody knows this story, but she auditioned, she got in a car accident on her way, and she just left the car and was like, got an audition, I gotta go. And did you have any moments like that on the set where you're just like, You had to overcome some sort of an obstacle.
Well, she hit me, so in that accident. So she's never told anyone. So that was awkward.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
But
breaking news on Young Hollywood, never been disclosed before.
Michelle's a crazy driver. I'm trying to think. Yes, of course. I mean, like I've broken a lot of bones on set. I think I have the record of going into the emergency room.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that mean that you're just the biggest risk taker, or does
that mean? It means I'm the clumsiest. Yeah, I just go 110% all the time.
Next time you come in, front and center.
Front and center. Next to Queen B and J.
Jay-Z. Does that mean you'll rap for us next time?
We'll see. It depends on how soft the pillow is.